All right, good day, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So I'm Peter. For those of you that are new here, welcome. Go ahead and hit like, comment, and subscribe. Tap that notification bell so you can know when I'm uploading to the channel. All right, y'all. So today I'm here to give you guys your ancestor message for today. And you guys, the ancestors are saying that there is mending happening. There's mending happening across the veil. There's mending happening. There's mending happening across the veil. There is repairing happening across the veil. There's things being fixed on the other side of the veil. And what they want you to understand is that during this mending, there is a lot of forgiveness that is taking place. All right. And so whether it be you guys are forgiving them for some things or they're forgiving you for some things, just know that there's a lot of forgiveness that is taking place across the veil. And they want you to recognize that you guys are, you are an extension of them. And they are part of the reason that you are here. Like, they're part of the reason why you were created, and you have coding from them extended to you. All right. And so for some reason, they're saying that, like, it's kind of hard for you to see that they are now a part of you, or because they are across the veil, it's difficult for you to know that they are there. Like, it's harder for you to realize that they are on the other side. And because you can't physically see them, you know, it's really hard for you to connect with them being there. All right. But they don't want that to be the case. All right. And so for anything that a lot of them may have done to you in the past, or you may be having a difficult time forgiving them for, this would be a good time. This would be a good energy for you to begin to heal those things in relationship to them, so that they can assist you, and as well as so they can heal. Because remember, as above, so below. So the things that are going on over there and the things that are going on in the cosmos are things that are becoming a physical manifestation here in your reality. But just knowing that you guys have a connection, okay? You guys have a connection, and just because you can't see them does not mean that they aren't there, all right? And so they don't want you to misuse your pain, all right? All right, misuse your pain, like in allowing someone else's belief of you, or someone else's feelings towards you to cause you to have a certain feeling about yourself. All right. So whether it was something that one of your guides, your ancestors may have said to you, or one of your living ancestors have said to you or done to you, they don't want you to allow that to diminish who you are. All right. And know that there's so many good things that happen through bad experiences. And I know a lot of you are like, yo, it's hard for me to see that right now. It's hard for me to understand that. But they are wanting you to understand that there are a lot of good things that happen through the bad experiences. All right. And so through those bad experiences, is how you create the wounds that you feel. All right. How you create the wounds that you feel. And sometimes the wounds, sometimes the only thing that can remind you of the wound is that you can actually see the scar. All right, you can actually see the scar. You can actually see how it's translating and how it's projecting in your real life, in your reality today. So sometimes the only way that you know the wound is visible is if you actually are paying attention to the scar. All right, you might be interacting with people on a day-to-day, and because you're interacting with these people and you still have this wound, you may interact with them in a place of from a place of hurt and from a place of trauma, and your guys and ancestors are wanting you to just do what is necessary to let go of the resentment and begin healing and mending those relationships and allow forgiveness to take place. All right. There's so many different conscious and unconscious scars that you have. All right. And what your guides and your ancestors want you to do, they want you to go focus within on those hidden passages. Like I'm seeing like a secret passageway. So going and focusing on those hidden passages, going through those doors that people have not been able to enter, or going through those doors that you have not yet entered. All right. And so that's what your guides and your ancestors are wanting you to do. They're wanting you to go through those hidden passages, and they want you to confront the feelings that you are feeling, or confront those experiences that you have experienced, and really explore your heart. All right, really explore your heart and understand the ways of your own heart. Figure out how to navigate your own heart, so to speak. But yeah, they want you to figure out how to navigate your own heart so that you could rest in like the safety of who you are and the safety of your soul. All right. And when we talk about the cosmic womb, all right, or the divine feminine energy, there are some of you that are experiencing some pains that were created way before you came into existence. And this is like trauma that has been transferred through the womb, through the biology. These are things that were created while you were just a seed inside of your mother's womb or inside of your grandmother's ovaries. All right. So the torture and torment and the things that they experienced doing that, and then, passing the seed down to your mother in order for your mother to create you in that womb space. And so these are seeds that were planted way before you came into existence, right? And way before you came into this realm of reality. And so because these are seeds that were before that time, these are seeds that you are unconscious that they even exist. Okay. And so your guides and your ancestors are wanting you to explore those seeds, all right? But they don't want you to go after those seeds prematurely. Like, they don't want you to go after those seeds before you're ready, all right? And sometimes when we get on this journey, there's a need to kind of hurry the healing up. And what your guides and your ancestors are saying is that, like, there is no accelerated healing. There's no way that you can do this fast, because sometimes things don't register right away, but eventually you'll align with it, and sometimes you'll uncover, seeds that you didn't even know was still in the ground. All right. And then you'll give life to those seeds. But it just takes something to get you to actually tap into those seeds and activate those seeds. But you have to align yourself with that. All right. But they're wanting you to not go after that prematurely. And know this, everything that happens in a dream. All right. And so when you are going into this space, and whether this space is in doing meditation or doing your sleep or whatever the case may be, but everything happens in a dream. All of your creativity comes from the dream. And so what your guides and your ancestors are saying is to really focus on your dreams. All right. If you are having like some kind of subconscious nightmares, focus on those nightmares. All right. And when you focus on those nightmares, they want you to be lucid in those nightmares. That's part of you facing your shadow self. And if it's a physical nightmare, a nightmare that you are having in this realm of reality, but you're not asleep, you're awake and you're going through this storm, they want you to face this storm with all that you have. They don't want you to turn around. They want you to be lucid in this storm. They want you to be lucid in this dream. They want you to confront this nightmare, all right? Because so many different things could be born from this nightmare. Many different experiences, many different realizations, lots of clarity, all right? And then when you wake up from this storm or from this dream or from whatever this is. They're wanting you to be able to guide yourself. All right, they want you to be able to guide yourself through it. All right, work it out. Kind of work it out like it would be a math problem or anything like that, but just work this dream out, work this storm out. Whatever this diversion is, it's time for you to work it out. And no one said that this part of it was going to be easy. For those of you that are wondering, like, dang, I didn't know about this part. Yeah, nobody said that this part was going to be easy. All right, that's that real work when you're getting deep within, and it's not suppression, it's not repression, it's actually you are now digging in the weeds and get into this stuff. When you guys come to an oracle, or when you come to the oracle, like the ancestral healing, when you come over here, most of the time that you're coming to get clarity, or you're coming to get confirmation that your guides and your ancestors may have already been telling you something. You may already been connecting with a certain feeling or connecting with a certain state of mind, and you come over to the oracle, or you come over to a oracle, and you come to receive confirmation, and you come to receive clarity, and you come to receive a message, some divination. But sometimes you come with limits, and so your guides and your ancestors are wanting you to surrender your limits. All right, they need you to surrender your limits, because you can only see past you can't see no further than your projections. You can't see any further than your beliefs. You can't see past the things that are uncomfortable to you. You know what I'm saying? And so they want you to surrender your discomfort. Like, allow yourself to experience that discomfort. Allow yourself to release those limits for just a moment, so that you can receive the true clarity that you need, so that the real healing can begin, or so that the healing that you may not have known you needed can begin. Okay, but you guys, when you come, release your limits, all right? Because you can only see past the things that you are believing in. And just, they want you to understand that, like, there is jewels, there are crystals, there's value in every experience that you've ever had. Whether that experience was good or whether that experience was bad, there is value in every experience that you had. So when you are going about your life, or you're going about your day, or you're going about whatever, don't look at it as, oh, this thing happened to me, or this thing, it was like this, and I can't believe they did that. I can't believe they allowed that. You have to really look at that experience. You have to really examine that experience and figure out what it is that you're supposed to learn from it. For those of you that have experienced certain forms of sexual trauma, you have to understand where that trauma come from. For you guys that have experienced verbal and physical abuse, you have to understand where that experience came from, and why that experience was aligned with you, and what lesson were you to learn from that experience. And as you continue to go throughout that process and process that information, you'll find a gem, because it is a gem in that. Through all the pain, through all the suffering, there is a gem, and there is something notable in there that you're supposed to be remembering. I feel like a lot of the things that we experience throughout our lives are like things that are used to, like, kind of pivot us back to the point that we need to be, in aligning you back to the point where your ancestors wanted you to be. All right, because your ancestors, they agreed to allow you to come through this bloodline for whatever the reason may be that you guys agreed upon. Maybe it was some karmic debt that you wanted to fulfill, and that karmic debt that you wanted to fulfill was in alignment with what they had for their bloodline. They were like, you know what, you can go ahead and come through here. We're gonna go ahead and let you come on up through here. All right, but for whatever that reason is, you decided to go through that experience. And just know, like, everything that you experience has its own pleasantry, has its own value, has its own whatever. And it's not impossible for you to work out. All right, it's not impossible for you to work it out. It's actually better that you know the path. It's actually better that you know what you're up against, and know the pains that you've been up against, and face the shadows. All right, face the things that were very uncomfortable for you, than to continue to act like that they don't exist. Because the more the deeper you get into it, the more that you get into the weeds of these things, all right? The more that you get into the weeds of these things, then you'll begin to light your own path. All right, it'll begin to light up for you. Things will begin to make sense for you. A lot of things will provide you even more clarity, even more confirmation. Okay, and so a lot of the messages they're giving you are to provide you with that clarity so that you can now take the necessary steps to heal those things, so that even you can be a better healer, you know, or even you can be a better person or a better whatever it is that you are. All right. If you want to, you know, if you're working in counseling, maybe you can become a better counselor. If you're working in education, maybe you will become a better teacher or a better advisor for those people. For those of you that are doing divination and doing meditation and doing other forms of healing, maybe you'll become better in that because you worked through those difficulties, those things that you didn't want to face. Because oftentimes it's not even always about light work. You know, it's about light and dark work. It's about duality. It's about balance. It's about being able to pretty much dance with both of them. Like everything is interconnected, and that's what they're trying to get you to understand. Like sometimes, like you might feel like this not connected to this and this not connected to that, but it's all connected, you know. And because it's all connected, it's like through that connection, you start to realize certain things. All right, certain things start to make more sense to you. Okay, but yeah, definitely focusing on the gem that is hidden in the experience, that's hidden in the pain. And that's how you begin to transmute that pain into something else. Because that when you transmute that pain into the lesson, or you transmute that pain into the gem that you were supposed to get out of it, you begin to wear that pain differently. You don't wear that pain as a form of hurt anymore. You wear that pain as a lesson, and it begins to show differently that you like those things don't even penetrate you the same way that they used to anymore. All right, but I'm gonna tell you, on this journey there is a lot of sacrifice that comes along with this. All right, it's a lot of sacrifice that comes along with this, along this journey, where they say heavy is the one that wears the crown. All right, so yeah, heavy is the head of the one that wears the crown. I don't know how it goes, all right, but this is about leadership. This is about responsibility. This is about accountability. Okay, your guides and your ancestors wanted you to be accountable for your own healing. All right, they need you to be accountable for your own healing, and they want you to be able to use whatever power it is that you get from this in the right way. Because sometimes you'll get power, and not saying you, but I'm just saying they don't want you to get access to certain power and get access to certain energies and things like that, and misuse the power that you get access to. All right, misusing the power that you get access to. They wanting you to be responsible with the power that you get access to. All right, they don't want you to use that power to hurt people. All right, they don't want you to use that power to abuse people, misuse people, or pay people back and things like that. All right, because that would be a concern for them. And guarantee you, if you out here misusing your powers, oh yeah, they got a funny way of showing you. Your guides and your ancestors have a funny way of showing you who's really in control. So please do not allow the ego to lead you in any way. All right, do not allow the ego to lead you in any way. Your guides and your ancestors are saying that through this, the price to sovereignty is through the sacrifice. Like the price is sacrifice for sovereignty. All right, so you want that freedom, you want that liberation. It's through the sacrifice. All right, the more that you begin to work on your healing, the more that you begin to work on the things that are troubling you, or the things that are stored deeper within, right? Or the things that are the things that the things that are in the shades that you have yet to uncover. The more that you connect with those things, the more that you connect with the divine, and the more the divine gives you a divine power. All right, they give you a divine connection. They give you, so if you want to expand on your gifts, if you have gifts, hey, the more that you work on your healing, you're gonna be more interconnected with the divine. Okay, all right, and your gifts are going to be given to you from the divine and not by way of the ego. Okay, so it's also going to be driven by the divine and not by way of the ego. Because one thing about humans is when source gives a certain power, then all of a sudden hierarchies are created and things like that. And it's not even about hierarchies. It's about working in oneness, knowing that we are all special in our own way. All right. There's no such thing as a hierarchy in this. There are such things as permissions, because again, misusing your power out there trying to do, trying to hold prayer circles, and then you ain't even right enough within the whole prayer circle. Trying to counsel people about marriage, and your marriage is flawed. So you got to be able to understand that there are certain things that you aren't ready for. If you don't have clarity of thought and you can't ground your own energy, then there's no way that you should be doing grounding techniques with someone else, because you are transferring the energy that to a person who's vulnerable, to a soul that's vulnerable, and you would have to pay for that. And you would have to pay for the transfers that you did to that soul also. And so that goes also, your ancestors wanting you guys to be mindful who you are receiving help from. All right. You could go within your own temple and receive certain help. All right. But just being mindful of who you are receiving your help from, transmuting that pain, allowing that pain to give you clarity. All right. Not overusing your power, ensuring that you're connecting with the right souls. Okay. Ensuring that you're that the divine is leading you and not your ego leading you. And another thing is too, your guides and your ancestors are like these things that you have yet to heal from are holding you hostage. Okay. They're holding you hostage. All right. The way that they want you to identify with the pain is not identifying with the pain in the form of, I'm identifying with this pain because I want to feel sorry for myself, or I want to be sad, or I want to be this. No, it's time for you to take that pain and turn that pain into power and change how you are resonating with that pain, because that pain is holding you hostage. That pain is holding you in prison. Is keeping you from being able to experience your freedom. Is keeping you from being able to experience your liberation. All right. So that's what your guides and your ancestors are wanting you to understand from your pain. All right. Your pain is an experiment. Like, it's an experiment. It's a test. It's all those things. And when I say experiment, it's like they wanting you to figure out the hypothesis, man. I don't know why, but like they are wanting you to figure out the hypothesis, because this pain that you have experienced, you're going to be able to use this pain to help somebody else. Some of this pain is inherited. All right. Some of this pain is inherited. And you're going to have to figure it out. And that's for those of you that are having things to rectify within that bloodline. Some of this pain is through trial and error. Some of this pain is through experiences that you've experienced throughout your life. But you guys are going to have to figure out the experiences of this pain. And you guys are going to have to come to terms with the things that this pain has created. This pain has caused you to lose and all that other stuff. Because even there are lessons in those things. What caused that person to leave your life? What caused you to leave that person's life? What triggers were present? Like, this is like a whole, like, this is like you're examining the whole scope of things. All right. To like get down to the nitty gritty. All right. That might be the name of the message, getting you down to the nitty gritty, but getting down to the wire and knowing that, listen, your ancestor loved you, right? They loved you. They love you the way that they thought that they could love, right? But they didn't have a lot of experience when it came to the way that they love you. But they're just wanting you to Just get to the root of the pain. And if the root of the pain is them, even get to the root of that pain that caused them to cause you that pain. All right? Because that's where that deeper level of healing comes. And then you'll be able to forgive them in a way that you're going to be able to make amazing strides in your life, amazing strides in your family, in your ancestors. But you have to stop separating yourself from them, because you're not different than them. You are of their nature. You're no different than them. You might put it out in the universe a different way, but you are the same as them. All right? And so that's the thing. You spend so much time running from them that you are still them. You can't run from them. You can't run from you. You can't run from who you are. You have to be able to know who you are, though. And part of knowing who you are is exploring the depths of your soul. All right? Exploring the deepening of your soul, okay? Your ancestors are wanting you to know that, I don't even know yes, I do. It's like, just my imagination running away with me. Yeah. So your ancestors want you to know that, like, don't allow your experience to cause your imagination to run away from you. All right. They really want you to stay focused and stay grounded in your energy. All right. Just my imagination, it's still here. Huh? Running away with me. Yeah. So don't let your imagination run away. All right. It's like they're wanting you to accept everything in the experience. All right. Accept everything within the experience. They want you to have grace when you are. They want you to have grace throughout all your encounters. All right. And they want you to lead with compassion and generosity. And what they're saying is that your compassion and your generosity is what's going to be the reason that the universe is able to reward you. All right. So if you're looking for whatever it is that you're looking for, look, the baby said yes. Okay. The universe is going to be able to reward you through your generosity, through your compassion, through your love, through the way that you express through your pain. All right. So your guides and your ancestors are wanting you to know that if you take that pain and turn it into something else, all right, take that pain and learn the experience from that pain, then you're going to be able to benefit from you're going to be able to benefit in some way. You're going to be able to benefit from the pain. Like it could be a monetary benefit. It could be a benefit of, just receiving that clarity of thought. It could be that benefit of being free and feeling liberated and feeling light. It could also be a reward from the universe, because now you're able to have more compassion for others when you notice some of the things that they're doing that was similar to some of the things that you did, or similar to some of the things that your ancestors and your caregivers did. And so you'll be able to have a certain amount of compassion for them. You'll be able to express generosity through all things, express love through all things, have grace through several things. And then you'll see the universe will give you a reward for those things. But separating yourself from victimhood, all right? Separating yourself from victimhood, know that all losses, anything that you may have lost, is for your benefit, and releasing your attachment to that loss. So that's pretty much it, you guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed that message. I hope the message didn't kind of throw you off. It's just kind of like trying to understand like everything that just came through the portal. It's like they're getting longer and bigger and more expansive, and sometimes like certain things happen like right in front of my eyes and have to process that. But it's a lot that they're trying to convey to you, because they want you to be really ready to receive this abundance. Okay. And so in order to receive this abundance, you have to be in a better mental state, and you have to be in a healthier space spiritually. You have to be in a healthier space. You have to be in a more aware state. All right. You have to have some form of I don't want to say education, but what is literacy? You have to have some form of literacy, like, and release a lot of those different curses and things like that have occurred throughout your bloodline. But in order to help your bloodline alleviate those things, there's certain things that you are going to have to do. There's certain things that you are going to have to really come to terms with in order for that to happen, so that you can receive the abundance that they're wanting to just pour out to you. So that's pretty much it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the message. I hope the information was communicated with clarity, and I'll holler at y'all. If y'all interested in any of my service, all the information is in the description below.